Some men rise and become more impressive. Others rise and become more forgetful. They start speaking as if they built everything alone, as if every step forward came from pure force of will. No help, no advice, no patience from anyone else. But real character is not only revealed by how hard a man works, it is revealed by what he remembers when life starts going well. Adrian did not think he was ungrateful. He just thought. People already knew. They knew he appreciated it. They knew he remembered. They knew what their support meant. So he kept moving, kept building, kept focusing on the next thing. And slowly, without meaning to, he started becoming the kind of man who received support more often than he acknowledged it. This is how gratitude often fades, not through cruelty, through speed. A man gets busy, responsibility grows, pressure expands, and he begins treating support like background furniture. The friend who checked in, the manager who gave him a chance, the woman who believed in him, the family member who carried him when he was not yet stable, the mentor who gave direction before he had results. None of them disappear. They just become easy to overlook once the man they helped becomes absorbed by his own momentum. That is dangerous because a simple thank you is not a small thing. It tells people, I noticed, I remember. I do not think I am self-made. I have not let progress make me proud. And people feel that. The first thing Adrian learned is that gratitude is not merely manners, it is memory with humility. A lot of men think appreciation only matters when someone has done something huge, a major favor, a dramatic rescue, a life-changing opportunity. But most help in life does not arrive looking dramatic. Sometimes it is a recommendation, a useful sentence, an introduction, a bit of patience when you were still rough around the edges, a second chance when someone else would have written you off. That is how many lives move forward quietly, and a man of character does not wait until he is standing on a stage to acknowledge who helped him get there. He remembers sooner. He says it sooner because he understands that appreciation keeps trust alive. People want to invest where they feel seen. Adrian began noticing what happened in rooms after success. Some people receive praise and quietly spread it around. They mention the team. They mentioned the person who showed them the ropes. They mentioned who helped when no one else was watching. Others took the credit whole, not always out loud, but in tone, in posture, in the way they let the room assume. They had carried everything themselves. And people notice that too. Maybe not immediately, but over time it changes how trustworthy you feel. Because gratitude, which does not make a man look smaller, it makes him look safer, less entitled, less slippery, more solid. The ungrateful man might still look competent, but he does not look honorable. And when people sense that, they stop giving him the kind of goodwill that cannot be demanded. The second thing he learned was this: a thank you should not be postponed until the perfect moment. Most men mean well. They think, I'll message him later. I'll call her when things calm down. I'll say something properly once I've really made it. But life keeps moving, and unspoken gratitude does not strengthen a relationship nearly as much as expressed gratitude. Adrian had a mentor who had been unusually patient with him. Not sentimental, not soft, just honest, consistent, and generous with perspective. For a long time, Adrian treated that help as something he would honor eventually. One day he realized that eventually is how appreciation becomes silence. So he said it plainly, not with a speech, not with exaggerated emotion, just truth. You helped me more than I said. I haven't forgotten it. Thank you. That short moment did not make him weaker. It made him cleaner, because some words should not stay trapped in the mind once they have become clear in the heart. If this is resonating so far, subscribe, not for louder motivation, but for the kind that makes you more grounded, more respectable, and less likely to become the kind of man success quietly ruins. Now back to the story. The third thing Adrian learned was that gratitude protects a man from entitlement. This matters because entitlement is subtle. It rarely announces itself as arrogance. It sounds more reasonable than that. I earned this. I worked hard. I stayed disciplined. I did my part. And maybe all of that is true, but discipline and support are not opposites. A man can work hard and still owe thanks. He can be capable and still have been carried by grace, timing, guidance, forgiveness, or opportunity from somebody else. The problem begins when a man starts editing other people out of his own story. That is when appreciation dies and pride begins to take over. The fourth thing he learned was that the people who help you most are not always the ones with obvious power. Sometimes it is family, sometimes a friend who kept believing in you when your confidence was poor, sometimes the person who tolerated your growing pains before you became easier to be around, sometimes the person who told you the truth when everyone else was too polite to do it. That kind of help can be hard to measure, which is exactly why many people fail to honor it. They only thank visible assistance, money, contacts, and opportunities. But emotional support, patience, belief, and honest correction can matter just as much. Adrian started seeing that some of the people who shaped him most had not done anything flashy. They had simply stayed. And staying in the wrong season can be one of the greatest gifts a person gives you. So he changed his behavior. In practical ways, he started saying thank you. While the help was still fresh, he followed up. He checked in. He let people know their effort mattered, not to manipulate them, not to keep them useful, because appreciation is part of clean character. And yes, when people feel appreciated, many of them do become more open, more generous, more willing to keep pouring into you. But that is not the only reward. Gratitude also changes you. It softens pride. It keeps perspective alive. It reminds you that progress is not a solo act. It stops success from turning you cold. And a cold man may still rise in status, but he rarely rises in depth. The fifth thing he learned was that gratitude does not need ceremony. It needs sincerity. A message, a call, a sentence spoken clearly, a moment of acknowledgement in front of others, a quiet reminder that you have not forgotten. That is enough. Most people are not waiting for grand gestures. They are waiting to feel that what they gave landed somewhere real. And when they do feel that, something important happens. Trust deepens, warmth stays alive, relationships remain open. The bridge does not collapse just because you got busy crossing it. That is why wise men do not treat thankfulness as optional decoration. They treat it as part of how they carry themselves. So what is the lesson? Do not become the kind of person who forgets who helped you rise. Do not let progress erase memory. Do not let ambition turn appreciation into silence. And do not wait until life becomes perfect before you honor the people who gave you strength, time, guidance, patience, or belief. Adrian did not become a completely different man. He simply became more deliberate about remembering, and that changed how people experienced him. More respectful, more grounded, more trustworthy, less self-absorbed, less entitled. That matters because real strength does not only push upward, it looks back with gratitude. And very often, the man who remembers, who helped him rise, is the man people want to help again. Not because he asked for more, because he proved he knows how to value what was given. Let the ideas compound.